Blake Store, o melhor site de compras e vendas de skins do Brasil. Se você quiser comprar ou vender suas skins, entre no site blakestore.com e compre com segurança. Lá eles têm os melhores preços do Brasil, aceitam todos os tipos de pagamentos e também compram seu inventário completo. Além de vender, receba seu dinheiro em instantes. E se você quiser encomendar uma skin que não tem no site, é só chamar no Facebook ou WhatsApp. E não esqueça de usar meu cupom de desconto VSM.
In our initial match of Group D. I can't believe, Tom, that 3 days left of the group stage in North America. It seems like almost yesterday we kicked things off back with Group A, but now these teams trying to fight for their chance to make it into Denmark and make it into that second group stage.
Well, we are going to be going into Vertigo, a map that we really don't know what to expect from Daytona, and Sharks have had a very good time, and this is one of the maps they managed to beat Liquid on, and I can't really see this going any other way. The youngster of Mayan, 17 years old, bought out from actually one of their opponents not too long ago. I think that was Isurus. Yep. So he's going to be one of the players to watch in this match for sure. And, well, he's going to have a lot of pressure on him here. Already dinked up, has some support available from Exit. Although his teammates got a nice shot to at least keep the man advantage going. It does a little bit of extra damage. VSM getting aggressive, trying to take the fight versus these remaining CT players and at least buy some time for the bomb to go down.
He's going to need to be careful, though. He is the one pushed up, and if he falls, maybe the man advantage back to the side of Sharks, but he gets the first of the help. And actually, it seems like Daytona, without actually VSM getting too many kills, is going to be able to close this one out. Lukowski able to get himself a triple, and that is the start that Daytona wanted to see, considering they haven't really played this map at officials, well, at all.
Yeah, start for Daytona. I think that's definitely the better side if it's a map that you're not too well versed on. Like, go for that T-side start, try and set the pace a little bit more, get the chance to have your fraggers doing the work. The only problem is JT's in the corner, so much damage. But he's not going to get a single frag. Daytona will be playing very safe. They're not going to go for anything overly aggressive. They know that their opponents are only going to have pistols, so more likely to just sit in a default for the beginning of the round and eventually use their utility and some of their map control to execute onto the sides.
PRT looking to push up, get popped the smoke out. He's taken relatively low, though. Marin's actually going to be the one to take most of the damage. Knights didn't quite hit his shots there, unfortunately. So Shark's going to try to flood the site, but it leaves JNT by himself and keep this up. And he's going to have to do this over the course of the entire group if they want to see themselves through to Denmark.
Yeah, you don't get your own
just yet. And Sharks are the ones leaving us wondering, what do they have left in the tank? I mean, yeah, we're only 4 rounds in. They've only had 1 gun round. But it hasn't necessarily looked as clean and one side as I'd expect against a team who hasn't played this map in any officials.
That can be quite a common thing, especially when, if you look at the fact that they are playing in South America, you don't have the practice versus some of these better squads. You don't get to play against like North American sides week in, week out, like every day when you're scrimming. It's just going to be against the Brazilian opposition. And well, what we've learned in recent times, the better Brazilian teams have moved.
And I can see a world where VSM is just winning rounds and matches just based off raw skill, that they haven't really needed to take their game to the next level, you know, work on their synergy and attacking sites and work on a lot of the strategy that would help take them to the next point. Up to that next stage. Now, Daytona, they do have a 3-on-3. They're able to fight their way back off the back of Turtle and VSM. And it seems like they want to hit towards this A site. Leo's going to be there with an op to help defend it, though. I do like how they're using the boost. They're using quite a lot of boost, actually, to allow VSM on the AWP to look for some shots. We saw it actually towards the bottom of the ramp, but here we go. Can Turtle hit the shot, or will Leo shut him down and give him the information that they're heading towards this A side? And I think with the smokes being thrown, they're going to know. And VSM, what a shot out of him. Gives Daytona a real chance to take this round now as the bomb's going to be planted. And Lucan and Exit going to be left alone.
60 side actually have a reasonable amount of cash to go back into this round with a buy, so they can look to challenge this. VSM peeking quite aggressively, but he's going to hit the shot as well. And clear confidence, almost playing within the flashbangs and just hits every single shot. No armor even in that round, and he doesn't take a point of damage.
15 kills. Okay, is there a point in this match that will get your sassy snapping back again that we had? If you guys pay attention to the show yesterday or watched the very end of the show yesterday. Lovely little Easter egg out of production.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But I don't know if he's actually going to have a shot. He's going to spot out Leo. He's going to get the kill. He's going to back away from this. So man advantage back for Daytona. Looks like the smoke's gonna be set in. Sharks gonna continue on this push.
Execution. Lead the CTs without too much vision, but VSM is actually playing in front of all of the smokes. Looking to try and get aggressive. He didn't actually pick up the AWPs, handed that over to Calzio instead. And are they going to expect anybody to be playing this close? His teammate will get one, but this is where VSM peeks out. A double spray down to close out the round. And they definitely weren't expecting that much resistance on this A site. Daytona starting to grind things back, and we're sort of talking about how I expected quite a lot from the T side here. It definitely seemed like their smoke setup was a little bit different to what we get a lot of the time. Like, you don't normally allow like a player to be that aggressive. You don't normally allow that much vision. This boost was nice as well, but this spray down at the end, they definitely weren't expecting. A beautiful AWP battle. I think we've got two decent AWPers on each. Utility going to be expended, but as I said, there's a gap of VSM. That was clinical. He times things perfectly.
From the B side on Dust 2, not even getting the bomb down yet, and they lose that situation. VSM falls here. That could be Exit getting a free weapon. I think he should be heard. But getting the spray nonetheless. Nice little spray comes in too. I like that. So Daytona going to tie things up. Well, not tie things up. Get one thing closer. One round away from tying it up. I got there eventually.
We don't even need to talk about that. I think everybody knows that PP Bison and any other gun is better than P90. But here we go. VSM in the corner. He's going to be kicking things off. In fact, he sprays down 3. This time, it doesn't matter what guns they've bought. They've been punished. Luka needs his kill. If he gets it, they have a chance. But VSM just solo shutting down this site.
I got nothing for you, Tom. All I know is VSM should not have been able to pick up these 4 kills.
It also, maybe that's what he was doing. He just wanted to...
Yeah, J&T looking for the pop. Oh, 30 seconds left, Tom. They're going to have to pick up the pace. They're going to have to go extremely quickly. Toto's already able to get the first.
Oh, Lion just seems to be so good at the trades, and they actually do manage to find another. It's important that Lucan at least gets one here, but he's traded out, and now they have to get these kills as they run onto the site. VSM, he does some damage, but he's not going to be able to, but the bomb's dropped. That could be everything. Exit's only got 10 seconds. He can't waste the time, and he has to peek into that AWP. Good work from Lukowski to hold off. Rotation is going to be coming back from long. Peek out, and PRT, there's that one kill. Molotov actually doing a lot, and the rotation's in quick enough that they do manage to hold on to things, leaving just Exit holding rotations.
Maybe the team's just working together overall a little bit better. I'm trying to say it as nice as I can.
They're going to have a good setup now with such an advantageous position. VSM's able to rotate in, and while didn't do too much in the last round with the AWP, but he's put the last player down to barely any HP, and will even finish his dinner as well. 4-3.
Does have the bomb this location as well with Spams. Actually gonna boost over this. That was a smart choice, but unfortunately able to connect the shot onto Turtle. And VSM's able to get a kill. That was in towards apartments, and I think now they're gonna know this has got to be coming towards B.
They have a smoke and an incendiary still left to hold this back. It comes in a bit late, but I guess Tiburcio just wants to pad those stats further. And him and Turtle, this is night and day from yesterday. Their defense of this site has been fantastic. They do eventually go down, but does it even matter? There's 3 players left. Davies is trying to bait out some players to push through the smoke. He's still fake planting this, and well, I almost wonder if he should have just planted it, because there's nothing he can do here. Daytona are going to get into double digits, and they're going to be held back by the Molotovs at least for now, and this is aggressive. Tiburcio, like so close around the corner. I think this time needs to be a little bit more passive. VSM is going to be rotating, but he's left blind. The flashbangs this round have been good, but the trades still come back in. Finally, VSM going to be looking to shut them down, and Sam left alone. He is the man you'd want in these clutch situations. He seems to be the man that Infinity want in every situation.
Just not a Molotov situation.
But can he win this in the 1 versus 2? Nice shot. I don't know how he manages to win that battle, and actually looks to run away, but he'll be caught from Lukowski. It's an 11th round on this CT half for Daytona. Bear in mind, what was it, 3-2 in favor of Infinity? They haven't lost a round since.
I did actually like how Infinity, instead of waiting at the Bombardata, they actually pushed it aggressively. They saw the forward smokes being thrown in. They knew that Tiburcio, well, most likely shouldn't have one, so once you flash him up And once you rush him down, you should have the site open for your team. The problem was VSM. He's able to rotate in, and they weren't able to deal with. That was the. Oh, he was on 4 ADR for the longest time on 1 kill. Now he's on 3, and he's dying. He's dying here. There's no way.
That's it. VSM just on the other side of that smoke.
The Fire players, Detona, are barely in on this site. They want the map. They want this final round done. Spam come this one, not gonna connect. Davies peeks around the other smoke, and he gets his head taken off. And Sam's gonna fall as well as he tries to push in towards the site. Now it's all left on Cruisin', 1v5 to save the round. And keep them alive in the first map. And VSM just gonna round the corner and finish that off. 16-8 is gonna be the scoreline. A very, I'd say, generally easy game for Detona. They didn't seem to struggle too much at all.
It's dominant.
Their pistol rounds, well, it didn't work out for them to was not the strong start they wanted.
He seems to be the consistent star, which is a bit of a rarity.
Oh. Why?
Ooh, okay. That's not bad from VSM. That was as clean as you like.
Ladder like that. The only thing I could guess of is maybe they were trying to play anti-flash. The player he shot first was looking towards Ivy. That was Sam.
Oh, that was... But while VSM not having the sort of performance we've come to expect from him. Last one left alive with only 6 kills. Ooh, that's a nice shot at least. I think the majority of his kills have been with deagles at this point.
One towards Ivy, which PRT needs to be careful. Oh, okay. Just like I talk about it, to not die to, and Davies gonna get the kill. Likowski's not gonna be spotted out behind E-Box, and that should be an easy kill coming through. A much-needed kill for them. Down to a 2-on-2 with 15 seconds left. The rotation out of VSM will be here, but Spurcio needs to hit the shots.
And again, it just comes down to time. Like, they run out of time so often when it comes to this T side. Not getting the entries they need, and well, they really are grinding this back. It was, what, 13-6?
Yeah, because they only had 6 rounds on the first half. Did they lose a gun? Did they only survive with 1 gun? I swear, I thought I saw like VSM not have the AK anymore. Someone like dropped a gun to pick.
Looking to try and get the boost over. It might actually be expected with the amount of noise that's actually been made. PRT hasn't been spotted. There's the first. The second will come in as well, and VSM is there to close this out. What a phenomenal comeback from Detona on this CT side. They were 13-6 down, I believe, and they win 10 rounds in a row.
Down to 10 situation would be interesting. But anyways, we're hopping.
So you've got a combination of the 2 bottom teams from last season facing off against the winner. So in reality, if Detona doesn't win, you have to wonder if they fall a little bit further. VSM in with a chance for the P250, even retrieves an SG. Now there's either a chance for a save, or he's going to opt to try and do some extra damage. Winning the round seems slim, but PRT does have a kit, so there may be a temptation there.
Well, it comes down to getting these kills, I think, for VSM. Well, yeah, with the smoke coming through, it pretty much just solid. Oh, what? He still gets the kill through the smoke. Tiburcio gets one as well onto NBL, and he gets a second. What's going on here? This is a round they had basically nothing invested into, and they close it out. VSM with no armor gets himself a triple kill, and Detona are going to pick up their first round.
I don't understand.
I don't think there is any understanding it sometimes.
No comprende. Don't understand. Don't know what just happened. That, like, yeah, they just managed to get 4 kills, didn't lose a single player, and defuse the bomb. And, yeah, don't even really look too phased about it. It's like, yeah, you know, it just kind of happened. Very ignorant, and only speak my own language, even when living in another country.
Well, don't worry. I've had more than enough experiences with Joe Miller calling me out on my lack of geographical knowledge of Europe, as well as Red Eye, VSM. Well, he gets 2 quick kills. He's still alive. Potentially get a 3rd. Noxie's on 9 HP, and he just had backup coming back through, but 1962 did get 1 kill, but should close out relatively simple. And Detona going to take the lead after 5 rounds, 3-2.
Yeah, and they've done a decent job of, well, actually, they've done a fantastic job of building up their money. The force buy win definitely helped them out, and, well, going forward into this, they can now have a pretty damn bolstered buy when it comes to the T's. And this is a problem because, as we saw yesterday, there was such a streak coming out of Detona when they had all the weaponry onto the board. Like we saw Tiburcio just not missing a shot with the... When the CT side has a full buy that can be purchased by the T's, that's normally where you have
yeah, that's
worries.
a little awkward.
Well, let's see if they can at least get a gun out. That's so much damage already done. VSM has to be a bit careful. He's not going to be surrounded. And, well, actually, the last player is on the other side, and that is as clean as it gets. So much cash being built up for Detona. This is the one worry of picking into this map versus them, is the fact that they're actually going to be on the CT side first. And I wonder if Isurus firstly have the tactical depth to do anything on the T side, and they used it to their advantage. And Detona need to either start picking up the pace a little bit, and if you could do stuff like that, it might get a little bit easier.
Looks like they might be trying to hit towards inner. Nox is going to lock down any sort of pressure coming from outside, and the rotations might come in as well. VSM gets the shot onto Max. How does that hit? Another big kill comes through for the big player, and then a third. Off the back of a Deagle kill out of him, they've now gotten 3 kills. They've got the bomb down. They have a man advantage, and they picked up the weapons too, Tom. I don't understand sometimes. I really don't, but Detona might be able to take this round with pretty much nothing invested. VSM gets a 4th.
He's got a 4th kill. This is the VSM factor. We don't even see him AWPing too much within this team at the moment. It is just a hybrid. While MPL has screwed that up quite badly, just trying to get the AWP. 4 kills for VSM. And it's just one of those things. Like, that's the thing for Detona that I don't think there necessarily is for Isurus. Like, we've seen Max have some of those big hero plays, but I don't think anybody can do it to that level, where they just have one Deagle, they literally take 4 individual duels and they win all of them. And that is why, like, we always talk about this player sort of being ashamed, in a sense, that he does have that VAC ban. Obviously, it was when he was a kid, and the fact that he's still banned from when he was a kid is the stupidest thing ever. But, you know,
almost like another situation for some other players. There was no rule set in place, and now they're permanently banned from events. By the way, I do want to say, though, the Isurus technically gave a chance for Detona to take that round because Reversa pushed out upper towards the T side and gave, I mean, obviously he hits 1 kill, but he gets returned on. Then no one was there to really support him. He goes down, gives the op over to VSM. There was no need to necessarily be aggressive for Isurus because it was just pistols. They could have sat back and then just played range against them.
To be fair, that's still quite a ranged battle. Like, I don't like harping on a player for getting 1 deagged, because it's sort of like, sometimes there's nothing you can do about stuff like that. Of course, like, yeah, there could have been some follow-up utility, but hey, that's just a tough break for them. And while, once again, VSM is going to get another entry into this site, he's going to give his team a chance in this 2 versus 3. Isurus gave themselves the early opportunities, but the trades have come back in, and VSM again. Just give this man an AWP. He's going to win you rounds. MBL is eventually going to start rotating in. They're already going to spot out 1, and it's VSM. Again, him and Tiburcio combine. He's won them now 2 rounds back-to-back. And yeah, it's I think him starting off on the CT side has actually been a really good prospect for him. Also the fact that he's no longer just playing pop. Like,
yeah,
I don't understand it. Like, it's one of those positions as well. Like, I don't know if I've ever been in that moment where he goes, yeah, and he's the dominant pop player. He always gets those picks and wins them rounds from pop, Doc. It's like, no, you want him pushing out A main, taking aggressive fights. You want him to challenge onto B. You want him to almost be a player on different portions of the map. And if he's playing well, let him be an entry fragger. Why not? Like, a lot of teams do that. When your star or even just a player is doing very well, you just give them a role that isn't theirs and just go, kill.
So what you're saying is utilize the strengths of your individual players.
Yeah.
And put in positions to make those strengths succeed.
See, when you say it like that, it sounds obvious, but...
Well, Noxy, I think he actually pushed out middle. I'm not sure if he spotted anyone towards Ivy, but they're now going to know they're going to be in this location. Here to get a little bit of a spray down, gets the kill as well. Yeah, try and take these fights from range. VSM on 2.
So look how tagged they are! And they even made it in a nice little, like, bar graph pattern as well.
Can you hear me now? Oh, yeah, you're British. You didn't get that one.
No.
Oh my gosh. Escape doesn't really get any damage done, however, but I don't want to count Detona out. Whenever I see VSM with the Deagle, I always get worried, or maybe even PRT. That's the site already opened up. The second player gonna make his way on towards the CT ramp. And VSM, how does he snuck out towards middle? 1 more shot and Max is dead. What?
Of course he is. Finally. Definitely not what you want to see, especially after he was dead as well. The double martyrdom as VSM looking to lead the way, unable to connect the shots. They need him to start getting some openers for him here as 1962 looking to hold on to the cross, but it's Turtle in VSM and now left on to Reversive. I don't even want to see them go this way. You have one smoke, unless they have just retrieved a second one, which I think they did. It's still a risk. Nade could do it, but unfortunately it's not quite going to go far enough. VSM so desperately low on health, and I think Reversive is just going to opt to try and reset this round, make his way around. Is he going to go all the way to long? That's not a bad idea. It's the one position that the T side will at least think is clear. The only worry is that Turtle does have that filthy gun to take the long-range battle. It will give him a big advantage, although not from this position. And I wonder if we're going to see the T side try and find out that extra info. Reversive making his way back around and doesn't have an angle onto either of the players. They kind of need VSM to be the first point of contact, as if his teammate goes down, then there's a real chance for Reversive to take it. The only problem is the time. He needs to get his move on, and as he rounds the corner, he hits the first shot. I thought he would be dead for sure, but he doesn't know the VSM behind him. I thought he might even go for a knife, but he just wants to finish the round. And then a little bit of a sneaky play from VSM is actually going to win that one. I'm very surprised he was able to do that.
I don't know why he hasn't switched to it necessarily. But you can see how passive and how careful Isers are playing. They don't want to lose out on too many players. They don't want to lose this yet again. VSM gets the first and the second as well with the boost up. Looking for number 3. He connects before going down. And
important anchor roll, and you've got aggression from VSM in middle. Just trying to hold this. He is going to be able to get the opener, but oh, that's so well timed. Molotov, Max is actually going to push it. He's managed to section off this aggression. That was just perfect. That couldn't have been any better. And now going to put a smoke down as well. The plan from Isurus is gone. Okay, this is... I didn't expect him to go this far.
Well, he's continuing to push tunnel. Detona actually rotated a man back towards long. VSM might be able to hear the jump up towards shorter. Lukowski's just going to spot it out. Yeah, he sees the heads of him. He knows the call is going to be made. He knows exactly the direction they're going, so they can reinforce the safe side, even flank in potentially with VSM before they have a chance to react. Look at this. He's coming around the corner. He speeds up. He's going to spot out both players. And you know what? He's going to not get any of them because PRT is going to steal them. But that will still be the round taken for Detona.
Yeah, that incendiary timing.
He's like, damn it. I had the flank. I didn't get any of the kills.
His very nice eyelashes.
It's a compliment I never thought I'd hear you say.
I hear that a lot myself.
Okay. It's a weird... Lukowski's going to have some presence. He's just some big kills come through. A great smoke to actually block off double doors. And Lukowski and VSM just going to be able to hold this one down pretty much by themselves. VSM again. 3 kills for him. Max the last left alive. And that's going to be Detona tying things up now at 13 apiece. And the money again for Isurus is not looking good.
I've never seen anyone as smug looking as VSM. Like, I felt like he's
got mirrors?
He's feeling himself. Like that but I like it. I like that he has this sort of like almost swagger about him where he's like, yeah, I know. He's ready and waiting. There's a bit of extra chip damage, but it's Tiburcio to start things off. A nice shot from PRT, and now things are all falling apart. It's Reversive with 3 HP to try and save them. It needs to be headshots galore. Got 21 frags, and that's going to be all. 21-21 for him, 16-13 as Detona will secure themselves the second place in the group. Of course, obviously both these teams already did lose to Sharks, and now we know that, of course, the match later on, the other team only has